Welcome back. I've got the day's business news for you, and the government now targets to bump up allocation to the Biashara fund to 14 billion shillings as it seeks to enhance access to credit by the micro, small and medium-sized businesses. This was made public by Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani during a meeting in Mombasa with the Parliamentary Committee on Delegated Legislation. CS Yatani says that the merging of the Uwezo Fund, Youth Enterprise Fund and Women Enterprise to create the Biashara Fund is in the final stages and will do away with the duplication of functions and improve on accountability. The government is also in the process of establishing a drought management fund, which will be managed by the National Disaster Management Authority.
Towards the tail end of merging Youth Enterprise Fund, Women Enterprise Fund, Uwezo Fund, to consolidate them with a view of making efficiency and objectivity in terms of funds disbursement, and then removing issues of overhead costs, additional to huge overhead costs, issues of duplication, issues of disbursement. We want to inject efficiency in the whole system, and we are happy with the progress with the Parliament, the Parliamentary Committee so far, because the big advantage is that the funds will grow from 2.5 billion to up to 14 billion.
Now, the journey from Nairobi to Lokichogio by road is one that in the past has had multiple tales of misadventure, owing to the difficulty associated with navigating the stretch from Kitale to Lokichogio. A 38 billion shilling project financed by the World Bank and the government of Kenya is now transforming the ease of access of the northwestern part of Kenya. Alex Mwangi toured the progress of the East Africa Trade, Transport and Facilitation Project and brings you this report.
The 514-kilometer journey from Kitale to Lokichogio has through the years been a tough stretch to navigate. The journey up north has been the preserve of four-wheel drive vehicles, given the rough terrain and the multiple river crossings. Even with such a car, one was not guaranteed of making it to their destination, be it Lodwar or Lokichogio.
We didn't have a single bridge, with the exception of Kainuk Bridge and the bridge on Takwel River at Lodwar. For the entire stretch of between Kainuk and the border is about 430 kilometers. There are only two bridges.
Thus far, the Eastern Africa Trade, Transport and Facilitation Project has transformed the 338-kilometer stretch from Lokichar to Nakodok, the border between Kenya and South Sudan. Nakodok is a further 36 kilometers from Lokichogio.
It included improving of critical infrastructure of about 350 kilometers between Lokichar and the border with South Sudan and Kainuk Bridge. And it also included improvement of the internet connectivity or internet infrastructure between Eldoret and the border with South Sudan. Besides that, we were also supposed to do some trade facilities at the border, courtesy of KRA.
This 38 billion shilling project will help to improve the economic prospects of towns and centers located along Lokichar all the way to Lokichogio. It will also afford the opportunity for sleepy centers such as Nayanaingi Kalalio to wake up from their slumber and hopefully reach their full economic potential. For Turkana County, the benefits of the 38 billion shilling project, that is 84% financed by the World Bank and 16% by the government of Kenya, are innumerable.
When the road was being constructed, there was a lot of employment for the locals, especially youth and women. People did direct business with Kenya, and especially the subcontractors and who were doing the stone pitching for the road. And I'm sure now it is still continuing as the last final touches for the A1 road.
Thanks to the project, which is 72% complete, no longer will those journeying to Lokichogio or beyond to Nakodok spend days on the road.
Ulikuwa unalala, unatoka hapo maybe umetoka usubuhi, utafika kesho kuta maybe 2 days. ufike barabarani, maybe barabara ni mbaya, imeharibika, mmelala pale, mko na kiu, hakuna maji, chakula hakuna, watu wanalala, so it was bad. Lakini saizi ukitoka saizi asubuhi, by saa 8 ushafika nyumbani, umeshafika Kitale, ama watu wa Nairobi wameshafika by tuseme saa 9 wameshafika Nakuru, mtu amefika Nairobi, amefika mapema sana.
Kwa sababu barabara imekuwa nzuri, tumeanza kuona gari kama shuttle. Hizi gari ndogo zikikuja sasa bei karudi chini kidogo. At least saizi kitambo ilikuwa ni kama iko fixed. Kutoka au Kitale ilikuwa inajulikana, kwanza kutoka kama Kitale kuna siku tulikuwa naambiwa hata 1000 kutoka kama kufika Kitale, lakini saizi hata 1500, 1300.
Besides having a variety of socio-economic benefits, the project being implemented by the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, also has a technological component to it: the installation of fiber optic along the entire corridor.
We have an underground cable between Eldoret all the way to Lokichar. Then from Lokichar we have aerial for a distance of about 90 kilometers to Lodwar. And then beyond Lodwar we have done a signal, what they will call microwave.
Of the 338 kilometers being rehabilitated, only the 40-kilometer stretch from Lokichar to Loichangamatak is expected to be completed next year, since the contract for the section was handed later than the rest of the lots. Work on the majority of the corridor is slated for completion this year. Alex Mwangi, NTV.
Certainly something many will look forward to. Now, shareholders of Eveready East Africa will have to wait a little longer before they can access financial statements for the period ended September 2020. According to a statement from the Eveready Company Secretary dated 31st January 2021, the extended time will allow the company's directors to issue additional confirmation and assurances on the financial statements, including the impact of COVID-19 on the business. In the period ended March 2020, Eveready East Africa reported a loss of 15 million shillings, an improvement from the 39 million shilling loss reported in the same period back in 2019.